was gonna list Ryan Gosling credits, so just if that didn't work for you. Yeah. So I actually did want to start with Ryan because he's the most famous person on the stage. Ryan, I not talked to you about this before, but I just wanted to do it in front of everyone. I wanted to apologize for being really basic around you while filming Deadpool 2. What happened was, I didn't know what to expect when we did the first movie, and I was blown away by our performance. And I think everyone who worked on the first movie was like, I think we're part of something really special. And I saw the movie and I was like, oh, I guess Ryan Reynolds is one of my comedy heroes now. And then going into the second one, I was so starstruck around you, and you would make a joke, and I would think of like a few responses, and they'd all not be worthy of your time, so I just wouldn't say anything. And so when they asked me to do this panel, I was like, absolutely not, this is my personal nightmare. But then I was like, maybe this is my only chance to show you that I have a personality, so just know that I've had life experiences that I'm too scared to share it in front of you. On that note, I think the last time you were here, there was barely a movie. Now we've released 2 pretty successful movies. How are you feeling?
Well, this is the most you've ever talked to me. And it feels good, to be honest. Say we Thelma and Louise this shit straight to hell together, my friend. I haven't been here since 2015, where we sat in front of you guys and showed you footage from Deadpool 1, and it was still probably the definitive experience of my entire career. Honestly, words are too clumsy to, I think, accurately express my gratitude, because Deadpool 1 was made because of the people in this room, because you guys yelled, screamed, and kicked on the internet and forced the studio to make this movie. And And the reason the second movie here is here because I think we all can agree that it's just corporate greed. Just a splash of destiny. So it's really quite something to be sitting here in front of you guys. I mean, never in my wildest dreams would I imagine sitting here for a Deadpool 1, let alone a Deadpool 2. So thank you.
So Ryan, the clip we just saw is obviously different from what ended up in the movie. We shoot a ton of material for these movies. How do you decide what makes it into the final cut?
I think, everything on this movie is done by committee. I mean, everybody that's sitting at this table has a say in how this movie is done, particularly Dave Leitch. And, you sit around and you just think, what's gonna work, what's not gonna work, what do we... the great thing about Deadpool is that we do so many alts, and we do so many different versions of scenes that it's one of the few times I can't wait for a DVD or a home entertainment package to come out, because every joke is different, every moment is all these, you can basically release a different film, and that's fun for us. So, you offer an audience a chance to see the movie that they saw in the theaters and also a totally different cut. So, but it's pretty arbitrary. I mean, some of it's for time, some of it's for content, some of it's like just too fucking nuts to show, and we'd all go to hell and get in deep trouble with our moms. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty arbitrary.
David, you've had a smidge of experience with stunts and action. What did you want to bring different to the sequel for Deadpool?
Oh, well, there was obviously huge expectation when I came on board this movie, because the first one was the phenomenon that it was. But I think having the action background, the things that I wanted to play with was Deadpool's powers and have fun with that, and like his healing factor, and how like crazy can we go, and trying to take it to this level of creativity. We tear him in half, we break his arm,
Yeah.
he goes out, so it's fun.
So who would win in a fight? John Wick, Deadpool, or Jonah Hex? Be honest.
Joker. Wow.
The audience, really.
Wow. It's like a hard. Well, any answer's a sellout, man.
All right.
No, Deadpool obviously has the healing factor.
All right.
He's always in the game. He was ripped in half.
Yes, yeah. This is so
strong answer.
Yes,
Strong answer.
He's always in the game. He's a lot like Ryan. He's always in the game.
So what we just saw was an alternate version of a scene that ended up in the movie, but what we're about to see is a scene that was never in the movie, right? And there's a lot of that in the super duper cut.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to give you as much the material that we left behind. And so the Super Duper Cut has not only all jokes in most of the scenes, it has some great additional scenes that were left on the cutting room floor. And not because we didn't love them, it's just, like Ryan was saying, when we're putting the movie together, it has an ebb and flow, and you end up with a cut that it's really working, and you know, but then when I watch this one, I'm like, shit, this one works really well too. So you never know. We're so glad that you get to see this stuff.
Yeah, all right, that sounds like a setup to me. All right, Blind Al, let's do it.
Yeah, we got it. It was your fault.
Love that.
Did you patch the planes, trains, and automobiles in there? I like
Yeah,
it.
I like me.
My favorite movie. So.
All right, Rihanna, Stefan, we've been through this shit show before. What was the experience different for you guys on the second one compared to the first one?
The moment I stepped into the trailer, I was like, we have a lot of money now. Jeez. No, but I mean, that aside, which obviously was a plus, it was really cool to get to work with, you know, a lot of new cast and you know, a lot of new people in general actually were like on the crew. And although some of them were the same, but most of them were different, and that was cool. It was like, but it was like the same feeling though. It's kind of strange, like kind of all new people, but something about like the heart of the film brings the same kind of energy to the set. I don't know. That may just be Ryan bringing that energy to the set, but yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Well, for me, everything was unbelievably amazing. You know, working with David, and Ryan, of course, with everybody else. Well, we brought a new levels with Colossus. I had a chance to fight Juggernaut. Yeah. I got a chance to say, pick on someone your own size, which was one of the things I always wanted to say. And of course, we had this F moment for Colossus, who doesn't swear, but he did. Yeah, so there are like so many unbelievable things, and I really want to thank this amazing team for everything. Thank you guys. And thank you, because you made this happen. Thank you.
It's just a general Colossus question that's in my mind. Why does he wash his hands if they're made out of metal?
Well,
Germs?
germs.
Yeah. Safety
Right.
first. Safety first.
I'm learning so much. Rhett and Paul, I love the idea that Deadpool 2 was kind of this family film, and it's kind of Deadpool trying to be a decent person. When did you guys zero in on that idea for the story?
Well, I mean, we're always trying to drop the poison pill of heart into these movies and to slip that past you guys. And so the first one, a little bit of a romantic comedy, right? A love story. And then we thought this one, why not emulate the Disney movies and go family film? But our overall goal, though, is to make you cry at the end. And so we thought that this dysfunctional family coming together might be a means of doing that.
Oh, that's awesome. So Deadpool has a few new faces in this movie. Let's take a look at an extended clip from one of the scenes that features the new cast.
That's not, okay. All right. They'll beep that out later.
Zasi, hi friend. This is so weird talking to you on the stage. When we worked on this movie together, we talked a little bit about how crazy it was for you to join this kind of big superhero monster movie. Now that the movie's out, how are you feeling about the whole experience?
Well, it went well, I think. I was talking about this earlier today, actually, but you know, signing on to this, I was really nervous because you know, the first film was so wonderful, and I didn't want to drop the ball on that. And so I really, you know, I wanted to come in as prepared as possible, and I got a bunch of support from the team, but it didn't feel like there was sort of a hierarchy of the people who were in the first one versus the people who were in the second one. I think everybody really just came in together to just make something beautiful and to just make a new version of what had already been established. Oh gosh, it's very nerve-wracking talking and
You're telling me? I know. Yeah.
but everybody was wonderful.
David, what was it about Zasi that made her the perfect domino?
I mean, look at her. No, we had a short list of actresses that came in, and it was really sort of down to the final chemistry reads, and it was just this undeniable chemistry with Ryan in the room that put us over the edge. I mean, we were all fans of your work, and it's we were rooting for you, but at the end of the day, it was that last sort of chemistry read that we were just like, we found it.
It's not easy to go toe to toe with Ryan Reynolds, and she went.
You're telling me? Freaking out right now. Rhett and Paul, this movie is jam-packed with Easter eggs and cameos and references. Was there something that you were really proud that made it in the movie, and is there something that you're really bummed that did not make it in the movie?
Well, we're really proud that there's a cameo, there's a little Easter egg that no one sees except Rhett and I, which is we're in the helicopter scene where Shatterstar gets pulverized.
We've seen it.
Yeah. That's the Easter egg nobody talks about, and here's why they don't talk about it. Because we were terrible. We shot for a day that scene, and there is about 3 frames of video in there that's left. So we're thrilled that that's the secret cameo, and we're crazy disappointed that there's 3 frames of video.
Awesome. Well, I think I'm ready to ask some questions from you guys. So let's get this Q&A started. All right.
Let's go. Hey.
Hi. Oh,
Happy July 4th.
Oh, yeah.
come on.
First off, just want to say my name is Austin, huge fan. I'm here to apply for X-Force. I know you guys are hiring people with impeccable body hair, and I think I should be on that list. My question is...
How are you with Excel, the spreadsheet? Are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm being audited by the IRS, but I'll let you know as soon as they get through with it. So my question is, you guys are on an island without food. Who's the first person you guys eat? Who's the last person standing? And more importantly, who tastes the best?
You're like the 8th person
This sounds like danger.
You're hired. You're hired.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dangerous question.
It really sounds like a dangerous question.
Yeah.
It's right up there with that awful fuck, marry, kill question that people love.
I've got a lot of give up in me in life, so if we're in a survivor situation,
You
let's
first.
give up and die, and you
Okay.
guys can feast.
And
Yeah,
I
you're
can
the only one
attest
rooted
that
up to
Rhett
die of
doesn't
natural
taste
causes.
delicious.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. Yeah, I just say we all just eat each other in like a feeding frenzy, all at once. Just see who walks out
Battle
strong.
Royale. Of
Yeah. I think that's I think that's how we're gonna.
That's it.
It's gonna go down. We'll film it and we'll send it directly to your whatever website you run. Yeah.